Liverpool free fall all the way down to 6 in the bloody Premier League table, but of course Leicester and West Ham keep up the heat in the top 4. But what's going to happen this weekend with some fruity games up in store? We'll take a look at that and more next. Giving another prediction show today. We're taking a look at match number 26 out in the Premier League, and we'll get to that. Oh yes, when? In just a second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe and get your bang out today with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Premier League related. Whoa! We got all here under one. Roski, that's right, boys and girls. What's gone wrong with bloody Liverpool? I can't see it. I can't even imagine it. Of course, as their nightmare title defence goes down the shitter. We'll take a look at all of that in a minute. Of course, I want a big shout out to the Patreons. You know who you are. The VIP band of brothers supporting the channel behind the scenes. What is this clown talking about? Well, I'm talking about this, boys and girls. It is the Patreon page right here, right now. Big shout out to the Patreons. Of course, we had a couple of newbies enter the scene. Tom Beresford is back. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Of course, Alan MC. You know me. I said Alan MC. You know me, the latest member of the gang, joining, of course, Patreon as well. So make sure you check out that link. If you are willing and able, you can join with any one of these tiers. Each tier does get you access to other bits and pieces, including the Prediction League data. If you have any squabbles or concerns or just want to know how far away you are to the chasing pack, you can get together all that data plus more, and you've been one of my best friends for life. I've got 25 best friends right now. You could be in that bracket as well. Of course, we'll be on the Christmas card list and all that kind of stuff. So if you're interested, check out the link down below. It's also the top corner up there, patreon.com/Roverseas. But anyway, kicking on further, let's get into it. Of course, take a look at how you got on and I got on out in last week's matches. Of course, here we bloody go. Of course, it was a bit of an extended one. Some of you guys caught it, some of you guys didn't, but we're going to go over all of these quickly. Of course, kicking on all the way back to, of course, Wednesday the 17th of Feb. It was, of course, Everton up against Manchester City. It was a 3-1 win for Manchester City. Phil Foden on the score sheet, Mahrez and Silva coming on top, of course, for Manchester City. That's Bernardo Silva, of course. Richarlison getting the goal for Everton, giving them some hope. Actually, when the 2-1 win, not too shabby. Them six-fingered dingle players, of course. Burnley picking up a 1-1 draw against Fulham. Ola Aina on the score sheet. Of course, Ashley Barnes, the Austrian, on the score sheet as well for Burnley, giving them their share of the spoils there. I actually went with the 1-0 win for Fulham. More than hope than anything else. Kicking on further onto Friday's game. Tight one, this one. Wolves against Leeds. I would say they're pretty much even sort of keel there. 1-0 win for Wolves. Eli Messiah on the score sheet. Big fat OG for giving Wolves the victory on this one. 2-1 for me. Not too shabby. Kicking on further, Southampton against Chelsea on the Saturday was a 1-1 draw in the end. Tika Minamino getting a couple second goal now, I think, for the Saints. Of course, Mason Mount also equalising from the penalty spot, giving Chelsea a share of the spoils on that one. 2-0 for me, not too good enough. Meanwhile, Burnley against, of course, West Bromwich Albion was a 0-0 draw. Sammy Ajayi got himself sent off, but another point in the bag for Burnley. Kicking on further, what do we? I saw a 2-1 win for myself. Of course, the Merseyside derby, goodness gracious me, what a shit show that was. Going in favour of Everton in the end. 2-0 winners. Richarlison on the score sheet again. Of course, Giffey 60 for the penalty spot, wrapping up the points to make Mersey blue this time around for the first time in a long time. Actually, went with a 3-1 win for Liverpool. Not thinking straight. Meanwhile, Fulham continued their recent revival with a 1-0 win over Sheffield United. Adam Aloma Lookman on the score sheet, giving them the win. 2-1 for me. Keeps them moving on. Move the chains, I said. West Ham United took on Tottenham on Sunday. It was a big win for the Hammers. Look at this speed ploughing through there. 2-1 win for the Hammers. Of course, I went with a 2-2 draw. The goal scorers, though, for the Hammers was, in fact, Mikel Antonio and Jesse Lingard again on the score sheet. Lucas Moura giving them some hope. That Spurs, but unfortunately, too little, too late. They look like they're lost at sea as well. And, of course, West Ham just looked the real bloody deal. Aston Villa, a little bit unfortunate against Leicester City. They lost on that one 2-1 on the final day. Actually got that one bang on the nose. James Maddison on the score sheet. Harvey Barnes really strengthening his England call-ups potential. The Kers and Bertrand Traore giving them Villa some hope. 2-1 win for Leicester on this one. Of course, Manchester City, they also squeezed out a 1-0 win over Arsenal and with an early door goal. Sterling on the score sheet about 2 minutes, something like that. Actually went with a 3-1 for City, so it was close to the money. Of course, Manchester United took care of business against Newcastle 3-1 in the end. Rashford, James, Bruno, of course, and St. Maximin getting a goal for Newcastle, giving them hope. I went with the 2-0 win myself on that one. Into the Monday night game, of course, it was Brighton of Albion against Crystal Palace. A bit of a derby, this one, apparently. 2-1 win for Crystal Palace in the bloody end. Jean-Philippe Mateta on the score sheet. Christopher Degge with a winner in the 95th minute. Joel Vertman, of course, on the score sheet for Brighton, giving them hope, but not good enough. 2-1 for me, going the other way, so shame on me. And, of course, Leeds absolutely shit-showed, of course, Southampton 3-0 in the end. What a goal scorers were there. Patrick Bamford, of course, Silver Spoon and all. Stuart Dallas, of course, Rafinha been an absolute hit this season. I can see him making a move. It will be interesting if they could keep a hold of him in the summer. The likes of the bigger boys will be looking at Rafinha, thinking, you know what, he's made an easy transition to life in the Premier League. So it'd be a kudos to Leeds if they can hang on to the lure of the likes of an Everton or a Tottenham or even Manchester United that might come calling for a wide man such as him. Anyway, of course, I got myself 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is good. But I'm actually quite impressed with some of your picks out there today. So let's take a look at the table before we get a look at yours. Of course, 10 points clear right here, right now. Manchester City over in Manchester United, of course, level on points with Leicester. Of course, West Ham also in the hunt as well with 4 points adrift of the top 2. Meanwhile, Chelsea down up to 5th now. Of course, Liverpool down to 6th. Everton not too far away either. And then it's a bit of a gap opening up between, of course, Aston Villa and the chasing pack. Let's take a look at how you all got on then, shall we? Of course, kicking all off with, of course, the prediction lead. Not 3 in the shit-face gang, 4 to 8. Stevie Club, and plus there was a bit of a Brucey bonus, of course. You're in the top face, boys. So LG and Cal, fantastic, brother. You did all right. Harrison Crane, you did good as well. Fernando Hassis, Gasegaman, not too shabby. Jacob Nungare, he's okay. Eddie Francis did shite. Magic Monday also did good. Shepard also did very, very good. Well done, well done, well done. Tom Stain also did very, very good. Well done, well done, well done. Thaddeus, 77, you did poop. Yannick Buster also did bits. Leeds 2021, not too shabby. Richardo, W, he did all right. Barcelona did okay. I did poop with an edit as well. Fair play. Master Matt Russ also did good. Costas K, he's okay. Alex Well also did great. Adam Isoff, not too shabby. Of course, Luka Kajanovic also did good. Matt Gunner did bits. Cody Ho, well done to you, brother. Of course, Kevin Matthews also did great. Alaji Ojo did all right. Okay, did okay. Of course, Hans Worst did the best. Of course, Roberto's not too shabby. Achman Sochi, well done to you. Alan MC, I said, you know me. I said, Alan MC, you know me. He did all right, of course. And let's give him a round of applause because he is a patron. Respect my brother, of course. And Aiden K1Z also did good with an edit. Right, there's a massive blank here. If you know, you know, because some people think that they can submit their predictions, come back and edit them, and then think I won't notice. So if you're not there and you're asking yourself, why am I not there, or why have I've not been there for, why are you not taking my picks? Because you're not playing by the rules. There could be edits like Adrian K1Z, like over here, who is a legitimate edit. I keep an eye on these things, and if you, as long as you submit them before the games, I'm not going to let you go in with 2 games remaining and you can tweak all the rest of your scores. I don't think that's the way it works. You basically, what I would suggest is you make your picks, you submit your pick, and that's it. If you're very concerned about it and you want to make an edit, just do another one. But I'm not going to be doing that. We've seen it in other leagues, the La Liga and all these other ones. People are trying to be a little bit sneaky beaky. Not on my watch. Not on my watch, boys, because this is going to be fair. This is fair play. So don't be no shady business. And of course, we're moving on. Esquivel, well done. You were fantastic. Of course, A. Judy did bits and Vincent Hung did all right. Jaden Hagen also did wow. Of course, Jaden Hagen. We're going to go over these. You did good. Devante Caprice back in the show. Welcome. Look at you. Fantastic. Of course, wow, get back. Go back. Ocho Amira, fantastic as well. Game Try did bits. Joachim Jackson, well done. Well, foul play to you. Shane O'Donnell, fantastic as well. Mark Chapman did bits. Nathan Eva, well done to you. Of course, Sachin Deplatted, welcome to the stream, brother. You did okay. It's not stream, but you did all right. James BCRC, great, I'm assuming. Well done. R787B, you're getting a fantastic clap as well. And of course, Legolas, good. Fantasking. Well done. Kicking on further, what do we have? We have Austin, did good. Yeah, for the MPP, of course, did fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Iron Stringer did bits. Edric Washington, the coolest name in town, absolutely did good. Bianca Moller, well done to you, of course. Ollie Hambling did great. Of course, Aston Villa also did good. And Andrew Walters, not too shabby. And I think that's your lot. Of course, let's take a look at the leaderboard for this week. Look at them. Just take a bloody bow. It cannot compute. Ultra Omen with 10 out of, what is it? I think it was 13, so that's not proud at all. Devante Caprice up there as well. Legolas good. R787B, Yao for the MPP. Also not too far away either. Big week for Ultra Omen to keep up the heat. But of course, who is your overall leaderboard? We're going to clamp out on the tweakers here. Yao for VMPP is of course your kingpin with a 1 percentage point clearance of Ahmed Sochi and Shane O'Donnell. But again, it's still tight. It is actually ridiculously tight. Ultra Omen, big movements for you, brother. All the way down to 12th. I still think, I think the 5 percentage points cushion is where you need to be within striking distance. So anybody all the way possibly down to yourself, Alex Weller maybe, within touching distance. Of course, I wouldn't rule out the likes of Shepard as well. They could still make a progress as well. Just keep on predicting, but I'll be watching you. So no bending the rules, bitches. You might some of you might get away with it in the past, but of course we're clamping down, iron fist. That's right, no mucking about. Of course, we're going to kick it all off with this round of matches, of course, and again, after this, once the games come to a close on the Monday, it's going to be quick fire. We might even do a live one, of course, next Monday, because there's games on the Tuesday, so we have to be very, very quick. Let's get into it. I don't think I could do a live, because I've got a big old study thing on that Monday, because I'm a busy buddy boy. Kick it off forward, of course, Manchester City have taken West Ham. This was a fruity game, and I might even do a watch along in this one if the time lines up. Of course, played of the last 6, 5 wins to City. Of course, 1 draw, nothing for West Ham. Of course, last time around at the City ground, or not City ground, at the Etihad, was a 2-0 win for Manchester City. Rodrigo and Kevin De Bruyne on score sheet back, of course, February 2020. Remember this time last season, of course. Meanwhile, they did play each other at the Hammers Stadium. London, whatever they call it, the Olympic Stadium, as one more draw this season, of course. So West Ham have been known to be sticky wickets for Manchester City. City have actually won their last 13 matches over the Premier League, keeping a clean sheet in the last 6 at home. West Ham, they're undefeated in the 10 last 11 matches as well. Coming into this without just one defeat the past 5 games, of course. That one defeat was against Manchester United in the FA Cup. On the flip side, of course, City winning 5 on the spin in all competitions, including the FA Cup. And of course, prior to this game, we're taking on Mönchengladbach out in the old Champions League as well. Come on, Gladbach! Of course, heading into this, the bookies odds 92 on is your City. The eye favourites 11-2 is your draw. Of course, 10-1 is your West Ham. Look at the bookies, the table suggests, of course, West Ham coming out and a 4-4 win for them. They could close in on 2nd and 3rd. That's Moyes, boys. That's Moyes. Of course, a win for Manchester City. They'll be top no matter what. They'll be top even with a draw and even with a defeat. For me, though, I think they'll get another one here with a 3-1 win over West Ham. But I'd love it. I would love it if David Moyes would have beat them. Of course, turn this league back up. I'd love a really good title race, especially with the likes of Leicester and West Ham in it. It'd be really fantastic as well. Next up, of course, we have West Bromwich Albion up against Brighton of Albion. The battle of the Albions, of course, played each other the last 6. These 2 is for Brighton, 1 for West Brom, and 3 draws. Last time around at the Hawthorns was in fact a 1-1 draw back in the FA Cup in 2019. Last time played each other in the league at the Baggies. At the Hawthorns was a 2-0 win for West Brom as well back in January 2018. They did play each other this season at the Amex. It was a 1-1 draw. Of course, Jake Livermore with the big fat OG Colin Grant getting one of his only minimal goals for West Brom. Heading into this, though, Baggies have actually failed to win the last 7 home matches. Heading into just, in fact, it's actually just 2 defeats in the past 5 games. However, there's no wins in that cluster. Meanwhile, at the last 4, Brighton have gone on a bit of a non-winning run. Of course, picking up 2 draws and 2 defeats to boot. So 2 teams looking for a win. They need one. Could get them on eBay. 60-5 is your West Brom. Of course, 20-99 is your Brighton. 23-10 is, of course, your draw. Of course, Brighton coming out in 16th in the moment. A win for them. They could go 15th in the bloody table. Of course, the Baggies are down to 19th. They need a win. And this is probably one of the games that they need to win. Of course, to close in on the likes of Fulham and above. For me, I've gone with on this one. I've gone with a win for the Baggies, as I have. I believe in the Allardyce. I think he'll do the great escape. He's running out of time, but he needs, of course, to win these games, and this is where all the money's at, boys. Of course, next time another fruity one is Leeds coming out in 10th up against Villa up in 8th. Of course, another difficult one to call. Let's take a close look at, of course, played the last 6 2 to Leeds, 1 for Villa, and 3 draws last round. Ellen Rowe was a 1-1 draw back in the Championship, of course, back in April 2019. Goal scorers on that day. Managed Klitsch on the score sheet, Albert Adoma as well, and El Ghazi got himself sent off. Did he play at Villa Park this season? Of course, a 3-0 win for Leeds. Bamford with the silver spoon up his arse. 3 goals for him. Hat-trick to boot. Of course, heading into this, just 1 win the past 4 games for Villa. That was against Arsenal. Meanwhile, just 2 wins in the past 5 games for Leeds, beating Palace and also beating Southampton just today, actually, earlier in the day. I'm recording this on, of course, the Tuesday. Heading into this patch, of course, 65 for Leeds, 2-1 is your Villa, 11-4 is your draw. Of course, Villa coming out in 8th. Over them, they could close in on 7th. As for Leeds in 10th, they could actually go above Villa up to 8th in the bloody table. It's that tight in that middle of the road there. I've gone with a win for Leeds on this one, 2-0 win at El Road. Yes, it is. 3 points in the bag. Move the bloody chains. A big game for Newcastle United taking on Wolves. Of course, Newcastle could lose this and end up in the drop zone, of course, depending on what goes on elsewhere. Plays for the last 6, nothing for Newcastle, 2 for the Wolves. Of course, 4 draws as well. Last time around at St James's Park was a 1-1 draw back in October 2019. Jamal Lascelles on the score sheet. Johnny on the score sheet for Wolves as well. Sean Longstaff got himself a red card. In fact, the last 3 games between these 2 sides in all competitions and all venues has been 3 bloody 1-1 draws. In fact, there's only been 1 win for either of the 2 sides at the last 5, and that was, of course, for Wolves at St James's Park, and it was in a stupid Mickey Mouse game, probably out in Asia, so it doesn't really count. Of course, Newcastle have actually lost 8 of the last 10 matches in the Premier League, and also conceded 2 goals in the last 7 of 8 matches as well. Heading into this, Newcastle winning once of the past 4 times in all competitions, and that was against Southampton. Meanwhile, just 1 defeat the past 5 for Wolves. Turn a corner. That 1 defeat though was against Southampton in the FA Cup. I look at the bookies odds on this one. Of course, difficult one. I don't see Newcastle winning this. Of course, heading into this, what do we have? 11-4 for the Toon. Of course, 21-20 is your Wolves. 9-4 is your draw. Like I said, a win for Newcastle in 17th. They could actually go as high as 15th in the table. Win for Wolves though in 12th. They could go from 12th all the way up to bloody hell, up to 8th. That's Europa talk. That's the Europa talk. Gone with the draw on this one, 1-1 in the end, which will be a good point for Newcastle, but not good enough. Of course, a win for Fulham will put them right back on the tippy toes once again. Next, of course, we have Crystal Palace up against Fulham, who are turning the corner right round. Of course, played each other the last 6, 3 Crystal Palace, 1 with Fulham, 2 draws last round. Selhurst Park was back in February 2019. Goal scorers Luka Machalovic and Scottish Jeffrey Schlupp as well. This season at Craven Cottage was 2-1 for Palace. You got to go all the way back to 2000 and bloody, I don't even know. The last time Fulham beat Crystal Palace at Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park was a 4-1 win for Fulham back in 2013, of course. However, they did picture this season. Did I tell you about that? Back in Craven Cottage, of course, Dario Radwold and Scottish Wolford Saha as well. Tom Caney get a goal for Fulham, and Abu Kamara got himself sent off. That was back in October. Fulham have actually win 28 of the last 31 matches away from home, but they come into this just one defeat past 6. The one defeat was against Leicester, but since then they've drew with West Brom, they drew with West Ham, they beat Everton, they beat Sheffield, and they also drew with them six-fingered freaks. Of course, Burnley coming. Palace coming to this, winning 3 of the past 5 in all comps, losing to Leeds and losing to Burnley, but of course beating the likes of Brighton, beating the likes of Newcastle, and also beating the likes of Wolves. So it could be a very, very tricky one, this one, but it could go either way. Look at the odds on this one. Taking place on Sunday the 28th of Feb. 12-5 is your Fulham, 5-4 is your 12-5 is your Palace, 5-4 is your Fulham. They are your favourites. 11-5 is your bloody draw. Of course, Fulham, a win for them, they could actually go as high as 17th. A win for Palace in 13th, they could go as high as 10th in the table. I've gone with Fulham. They've got the beat between the teeth, and I think they'll keep on keeping on. Next up, we have a really big one, of course, Leicester City up in 3rd, up against Arsenal, down in 11th. It's, of course, a tale of two miserable campaigns, really. Well, 1 for Arsenal. Fantastic campaign for Leicester. Of course, played the last 6, 3 for Leicester, 2 for Arsenal, and 1 draw last round. The King Power. Of course, in the League Cup this season, of course, 2-0 win for Arsenal, all the way back in September. Goal scorers on the day. Well, Christian Fox was big for OG Eddie Nketiah as well. They played at, of course, the Emirates. There was a 1-0 win for Leicester back in, of course, October. Jamie Vardy on the score sheet. Last picture, though, at the King Power. Is it the King Power? It is. Is it the King Power? I think it is. It was, of course, 2-0 win for Leicester in the league back in November 2019. Leicester are undefeated in 11 last 12 matches in the Premier League, coming into this, winning 3 of the past 4 in all competitions. Their only hiccup was a draw against Prague. Hopefully they're going to rectify that against Prague in a couple of days' time. Meanwhile, just 1 win the past 5 games for Arsenal against Leeds. Of course, 4-2 win as well. Look at the bookies odds on this one, of course. Leicester 75 for the victory, 2-1 is your Arsenal, 89-4 is your draw. Looks like Arsenal just shy of favourites. Of course, Leicester are in 3rd. A win for them, they could go outright 2nd. As for Arsenal, with an 11th. A win for them, they could go as high as 8th, above Spurs as well. To boot, I've gone with on this one 3-1 for Leicester. It's mad that we're thinking that these days. Arsenal would always be your powerhouse. But the tide is turning. We're looking at the likes of Leicester. We're looking at the likes of West Ham. They're making statements of intent. Even Everton upgrading the quality of the managers. It's looking fantastic. Villa competing. Leeds ain't no slouches. So the likes of Tottenham, the likes of Arsenal need to up their talent. Even Liverpool need to up their body game. Of course, Spurs taking on them 6-figure freakazoids. Burnley, of course, played to the last 6 forwards. Spurs 1 win for the Freaks. Of course, 1 draw last round. And Tottenham's fancy best team was a 5-0 win for Tottenham. We need one of those. Harry Kane with a brace. Sung Young Min also on the score sheet. Mora. Of course, Musa Sissoko as well. But Spurs have actually lost 5 of the last 6 matches in the Premier League. They come into this just winning once of the past 4 games. That 1 win was against Wolfsburg out of the Europa League. And again, they'll play them on this Thursday. Of course, just 1 win in the past 6 for Burnley. That was against Crystal Palace. Again, we need them to lose. Look at the biggest odds on this one. Then Spurs 15-8 on for the victory. They are Stone Cold Ferris 3-1 draw. 11-2 is your Freaks. Your Freaks coming at you and in, of course, 15th. A win for them. They could go as high as 14th. Whereas, of course, Spurs are in 9th. At the moment, but a win for them. They could go as high as 8th and close in on those top 6 spots once again. I've gone with on Spurs on this one. 2 to win. Not as big as I want it to be, but good enough. Next, of course, we have a fruity one. It's Chelsea up against Manchester United. Of course, Chelsea reborn at the moment under Thomas Tuchel. Of course, played to the last 6, 1 for Chelsea, 3 for Manchester United, and 2 draws. Last round at Stamford Bridge was 2-0 win for United back in February 2020. Around about this time last season, Martial Maguire on the score sheet last time around. They played each other this season after the Old Trafford, of course, 0-0 draw. They also played in the FA Cup not too long ago. In fact, last season, 3-1 win for Chelsea. So United got to go all the way back to not too long ago. In fact, the last time Chelsea beat Manchester United in the league is all the way back to 2017. Wow, it's been a while. 1-0 win back in November 2017. Of course, United undefeated in the last 19 away matches. Chelsea keeping a clean sheet in the last 3 home matches. Also undefeated in 10 of the last 11 matches at home. Of course, Chelsea winning 5 of the last 6 games. Of course, the only hiccup was a draw against Southampton. Meanwhile, United winning 3 of the past 4 games. The only hiccup was a draw against West Brom. Of course, look at the bookies odds on this one then, shall we? Of course, Chelsea coming at you. I think they'll be the favourites on this one. 23-20 for the victory. 9-4 is United. 5-2 is the draw. Of course, Chelsea in 5th at the moment. A win for them. They could go as high as 4th. Of course, United United are in second. A win for them, they could close in on Manchester City, of course, top, but of course won't overtake them in the end. I've gone with the win on this one for Chelsea, 3-1 win over United to take it to the house. Next, of course, Sheffield United against Liverpool, who are wobbling all over the place. Played each other the last 6, nothing for Sheffield United, 5 for Liverpool, and 1 draw last round. At Bromwich was just a 1-0 win back in September 2019. Giorgio Wijnaldum on the score sheet, of course. They played each other this season at Anfield. It was back a 2-1 win, of course, in October. Liverpool have actually lost their last 4 matches in Premier League, and Sheffield United also losing the last 3. Heading into this, just 1 win the past, actually 2 wins the past 6 games for Sheffield United, beating West Brom and also beating Bristol City in the FA Cup. Just 1 win the past 5 games for Liverpool, and that includes in the Champions League. That 1 win was in the Champions League against Leipzig as well. So if ever they need to win, it is now. Of course, the bookies odds will be 30-2 for Sheffield United, 11-4 on is your Liverpool, 4-1 is your bloody draw. Of course, Liverpool down into 6th at the moment. Better win for them, they could go 5th. As for Sheffield United, they're down into 20th. Better win for them, they could possibly leapfrog West Brom into 19th in the end. Going on with a 3-1 win, Liverpool back to winning ways, of course, convincingly, and of course take it to the house. And then wrap it up. Everton up against Southampton, of course. Played each other the last 6 tournaments for Everton, 3 for Southampton, 1 draw last time around at Goodison. Was a 1-1 draw back in July 2020. Rickarlison on the score sheet, Danny Ings as well for Southampton. They did play each other at St Mary's, of course, earlier in the season, 2-0 win for the Saints. Of course, James Ward-Prowse on the score sheet, Che Adams as well. Lucas Digney got himself sent off. The Saints have actually lost 7 last 8 matches in the Premier League, whereas Everton have actually lost their last 3 at home. Coming into this, just 1 win the past 6 games to Southampton in all competitions. That was against bloody Wolverhampton Wanderers in the FA Cup. 2 defeats in the past 6 for Everton, of course. 2 defeats in the past 3 as well, of course. Breaking that hoodoo, though, against Merseyside rivals Liverpool just the other day to give themselves a bit of a spring in their step. Meanwhile, the bookies odds, Everton on this one, 11-10 for the victory, 12-5 is your draw, 12-5 is also your away win. That is the Saints. Do they keep marching on? We'll tell you in just a second. Of course, the table looks like the 14th place Southampton. They win for them, they could go as high as 12th, whereas Everton are 7th, and win for them, they could also go as high as 5th. That's potentially Champions League talk. Everton will get the win with a 2-0 win. No bloody Theo Walcott. Cup tied on this one. Kicking off forward, though, this is what the table will look like at the end of it. Manchester City would, of course, be a 10-point clearance over Leicester, who will be outright leaders, outright second over Manchester United, who will be down at third. Chelsea up to 4th, West Ham down to 5th. Then Sheffield United, West Brom, and Fulham going down. But realistically, look at it. Look at the vision, boys. Burnley could get sucked into it. Brighton could get sucked into it. Newcastle could get sucked into it. And you would even think Southampton could get sucked into it if they can't turn it around. Remember the 40-point barrier, boys. The 40-point barrier. Interesting. Of course, be sure to get your picks in nice and early for this, and we'll do it all again, quick time, Monday night. It'll be late, but until then, be sure to give the video some love. Smash your thumbs up, smash subscribe. We'll do it all again, folks. Until then, be sure to give the video some love. Smash your thumbs up, smash the subscribe, of course, and check out the links down below. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook, and again, if you want to support the channel in another way, you could become the next member of the Patreon gang. Until then, though, smash the thumbs up, smash subscribe. See you all soon. Take it easy. Till then,